Oh, well, hello there. Welcome to Mocktails with Mason. I'm Mason Whitney, and today we're going to be interviewing my favorite person in the entire world, my Nana, aka Michelle Barnes. Remember that?
Yes. To that,
Mm-hmm.
Mason.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that was good.
Mm-hmm. So, I have some questions that I hope you're able to answer. If not, that's perfectly fine.
We've always talked, so anything we've always talked about, I've always tried to be honest and open with you about. So,
Sure.
shoot,
Yes.
what's up?
Where were you born?
Oh my God, I was born in Harlem Hospital,
Hmm.
up in Harlem. We live right around the corner from the Apollo Theater on between 123rd and 124th Street. But I was born right in Harlem Hospital.
Okay. And what time was it when you were born?
I
What
have
year?
not a clue, Mason. I can't even tell you.
Mm.
I have no idea. Um, my mom had all of that information. It may have been on my birth certificate, but I'm not for certain, so I don't know.
Okay.
But it wasn't
And
last night. I was been here for a while.
yeah, it's true. If it was last night, trust me, that would be a story for another day.
There you go.
And how was your childhood? How was it like?
We had a really good childhood.
Hmm.
We didn't have a lot of money because we didn't know it back then. Um, we didn't have a lot of things like you guys have now with a television in every room. We lived in it was sort of like they called it a railroad flat, but it was like a 2 bedroom. My mom had a bedroom, and then there was the kitchen, and then it was the living room because it really wasn't another bedroom. Me and Gaba and Auntie Rita slept in the living room on a couch. They had the couch, and then I had like a single bed by myself. And we had a really good childhood. We went to church with Grandma Susie when we didn't go with our mom. I spent my time in the Apollo Theater when we lived up in Harlem because I always loved music. So I was able to go to the Apollo and see all the different shows, James Brown, The Temptations, Marvin Gaye, and all those people. Anybody that was anybody back then, I could go and see them. And it was cheap. It was like $5 to get in. I could sit all day. The only
Wow.
time you had, well, it was $5 to see James Brown. Anybody else, it was only $1.50 to get in.
Oh.
Now it would probably be $500 to see any of those people if they were still alive because the prices have changed. But back then, you just go in. I paid my $5. Well, with him, you had to pay $5 to go in, see the show, and you had to leave and come back out and pay again. And you could go back in if you wanted to pay another $5. You couldn't just stay in. But any of the other entertainers, you could go in, pay the $1.50 and sit. They would have a show, then they would show a movie, and then they have another show.
That's
So I would just sit there and just see the shows back to back, and that's how I grew up. Gaba and Auntie Rita, they went off to college. I stayed home. Then we moved to the Bronx. So we had a really good childhood. I really honestly can't complain. Like I say, we didn't have a whole lot, but my mother, raised 3 beautiful young women. None of us got in trouble.
Oh.
If I got in
Glad
trouble, my mom would spank us with a belt. And if Rita and Gaba,
you mean Auntie Rita?
yes, Auntie Rita
Oh.
and Gaba, if they got into a fight and I'm watching them, I would get in trouble too.
Why? You were just
I
there.
don't know, Mason.
You were just sitting there existing.
Hey, that's what I said. But I ain't got nothing to do
You were
with
just
it.
sitting there existing. What? How did you got in trouble for existing?
Because I was the oldest and my mother left me in charge.
They were supposed to be getting in trouble. What were they even getting in trouble about? Being the prettiest?
Well, one time Auntie Gaba and Rita got into an argument, and Gaba hit Rita in the head with a phone. And Uncle Raymond, you don't remember Uncle Raymond? Like Uncle Raymond had passed before you were born, I think. But he had to come to our house and help me. I had to call Uncle Raymond because Mommy was working. And Uncle Raymond came and he helped me clean up all the blood and stuff. They got into a fight. Later on, all three of us got in trouble because I was the oldest and I was watching them. But we always obeyed mom. If you mumble, like when your mom was telling you today about mumbling under your breath, I mumbled something under my breath one time, Mason, and the next thing I knew, my mother was coming at me with the broom.
You're trying to tell me that she beat you with a broom?
Well, she didn't beat me with the broom. She was just coming. You got something to say?
I'm sorry. I don't know why you would stay quiet after she come at you with a broom. Because in my eyes, I don't see how that would hurt.
You don't talk back. We did not talk back. She didn't hit me with the broom. She just like, you got something to say, coming at me like, you got something to say.
Yes, I
like
do
that.
Have something to say.
But no, we didn't talk back. That's something we just did not do when we were coming up. You did not talk back to your parents.
I understand it. Like, at first I thought you were going to say that they had beat you with like a switch, because then I would be kind of...
No, we weren't in the country. We were in the city.
Yeah, because then I would feel kind of like sad for you. But but when it comes to like belts and spoons, that's just kind of me. That's just the average like beating with stuff.
Well, even with a switch, those were kids that came up in the South. They got spanked with what they call a switch. It was like off of a tree. But all of those children that got spanked with belts, we're still here. It didn't harm us. It didn't kill us. We all were, we all progressed, got jobs, had families. So it didn't hurt us at all. Yeah. I spanked your mom. Your mom wrote on the wall one day and told me that my mother... I told you, right?
Yeah, you did.
She wrote on the wall and then going to say that my mother did.
Your mom had been dead for a while, so how would she...
Well, she wasn't dead then. She just wasn't in Virginia at the time.
Yeah, so then how
she was still alive.
Well, how would she say that she did it if
it's what you call when y'all little children tell lies or tell stories.
Yes, but I understand, but that was a very dumb lie. What year was it when that happened?
I have no idea, Mason. She was little.
Yeah. But
she was about 5 or 6, something like that. And she was just like writing she liked to write on the wall. Just like you did when you came to my house and wrote on my couch that I just bought.
You don't need to tell the world.
I just told the world, y'all. I bought a couch from a bed. It wasn't a couch. It was a bed for Mason to sleep on. Excuse me. When he came to visit me. And then when you left, I looked and you had them wrote on the side of the couch. But then you even told me I could have put a television in the room instead of buying the bed for you to sleep on. I'm trying to make you comfortable. You want to watch TV.
True. Okay. I don't remember what year.
That was last year, Mason.
Oh
Lord, you're getting like old people.
I don't think I remember that. But you could tell the world. I'm just letting you know. You could tell the world. By the end of the day, Dad's editing skills are at peak, so he can edit that out.
He's not going to leave that one out.
His skills are at peak, so yeah. But anyways, where did y'all when you became an adult? How was it when you finally left your parents' house? How was it?
I didn't leave my mom's house until I met Papa. When Papa and I got married. And then we moved to the Bronx. And after that, that's when I left my mom's house. Because my mother was my mother was very strict. So I knew she was not going to want me to leave the house and be in an apartment by myself. So that's when I met Papa and we got married. And then we moved. And then I had your mom about maybe 2 or 3 years later.
How was it having my mom?
That was good. I didn't like being pregnant. I hated being pregnant, but I loved when I had your mom. It was your mom and having Uncle Tris, I would say, were 2 of the best times of my life, and having them. It's almost making me tear up now and thinking about it because it was just such a beautiful time. I had always just said in my heart I wanted a boy and a girl, and that's what God gave me, was a boy and a girl. And she was an easy kid. She just talked a lot, like you. She liked to talk. Anytime I had to
Like
go to
mother, like
school,
son.
whenever I had to go to school, it was because Natasha was talking. But she was a good kid. I never had any problems with her or Uncle Tris. Well, Uncle
So
Tris, I
the
had to
only
go to
time
school.
you would have to go to school is either when you got in trouble or when she got hurt.
Well, she never got hurt in school, no.
What if she was sick?
The only time she would pretend she was sick was
pretend she was sick.
she would pretend she was sick. You see, I'm putting it in
Like
quotation marks because she knew I was off from work and she wanted to be home with me. So then she would pretend she was sick. She would say something was wrong, and then I would go and pick her up, and then she would be fine when she got home.
Like mother, like son.
But she didn't get sick. She didn't get sick very often in school. It was no. Like I said, she was an easy kid. She was good. Her and Uncle Tris. The only time I had to go to school for Uncle Tris, he I think was talking too, and then he had a belt that was shaped, had like a knife or something in it. So they called me about that because back then the kids were taking weapons and things to school. So they called me about that. But they were good kids. Just like you. Yeah. Your parents don't have any problems with you so far.
So like past like a few years, like a few decades later, like when she's an adult, when you got the news that she had me and Nakia, and then me a few years later, how did you feel?
Oh man, that was awesome, Mason. That was awesome. I was there when your mom had Nakia. I was there with her and with him. And I remember Nakia being in the little, when they took him out, because with Nakia, your mom had what they call a C-section, a cesarean section.
Same thing with me.
Okay. So I was there, and when they put him in the little incubator thing, and he looked up, and I just put my finger out, and Nakia grabbed my finger. He grabbed my finger, and he just had come out, and he grabbed my finger. With you, when your mom had you, and I came to the hospital with you, and your dad was there, and I think your dad was holding you, and you just like turned your head around. I said something, and you just turned your head around. I was like, wow, he's already moving his head.
And guess what? When I was born,
you're making me tear up thinking about
when I was born, that was a true miracle. You want to know why? Because the doctors had truly informed my mother that there was no way she could have any more children, and yet here I am.
Wow,
that's a true miracle. No more children for Natasha.
God can do anything.
Here I am.
God can do anything. Yeah.
Are you tearing up?
I am, because I think about when you ask me a question like that, and then I think about, when I had them, and in that moment, what was happening in that moment, and they're happy tears. Remember, I told you yesterday. Sometimes when you see Nanna crying, it's not always because I'm sad. Sometimes God will do something, and I'll just get happy.
So, what are you gonna do when you get your house? When you get home?
Well, I'm excited about that. I was thinking about what I'm going to do and how I'm going to fix it up. So I have a lot of ideas in my head because I always like to decorate. So I have a lot of ideas in my head of things that I want to do. I can't wait till you guys can come out and see it, because it's a lot more space than where I am right now.
Maybe I can help you decorate. I'm good at that.
No, thank you. If you're going to decorate like yours, no thank you.
Don't worry. My artwork is pretty good. So maybe I can make a painting of you, and then maybe I can
yes, you can make me a painting.
On the wall.
Yes, most definitely. I would love to have a piece of your art.
Amen to that?
Yes, yes, yes. To that, Mason. Wow, that was good. Match my top too, look.
Yep, it does. Don't match me though. Like a blueberry.
I'm really enjoying being here with you. This has really been great.
Yes, I can't. You know why I'm sad? I'm sad because after tomorrow you're gonna be leaving.
Well, not after tomorrow. I have 2 more days. I leave on Wednesday.
So you have 2 more days to be here.
Monday and Tuesday.
Okay, cool. So
Monday
I'm
and
have you
Tuesday.
until 2 more days.
Yes,
Yay!
yes.
It's just so nice to have you here. I've enjoyed my time with you. I'm not
Oh
gonna lie.
God, Mason, I've
Even though
enjoyed it
from
too.
time to time I can be a little mouthy and sometimes a bit mean, but I want you to know that I love you regardless.
I love you
And I
too,
hope you love
baby.
me too, whether I'm a baby in your arms or a teenager with a big mouth.
I will always, always love you, regardless of where you are in your life. Um, there's nothing that you can do that would ever change that. Um, wherever you go, whatever you do, I want you to always know that I always, always love you. Even when I'm dead and God is taking, I'm sorry, when I'm dead and gone and God is taking me away, I'm still, that love is still going to be right there inside of you.
Yes, it will.
So always remember that, because you're going to go places. You're going places. We've put it in the universe. We've put that out in the universe for you. You're doing what you're doing here, Cocktails with Mason. You got Nanna tearing up, so I'm going to have the ugly cry
It's
after I
okay. You
put
can
on
cry. You
makeup
can
and
cry.
everything. But you're going places. God has you covered. You're anointed with so much talent. So always be kind to people, okay? When when you always say you're going to be famous, you're going to be a star, and you can do all those things. Just remember to always have a good heart. Always have a good heart. Always keep people kind, and God will take you anywhere you want to go.
Got me tearing up too. So. The next question would be, where did you get this wardrobe?
Thank you for asking. My jeans, I got them in Kansas City, and the top, Gaba gifted to me from here in New York.
Hmm.
Yes, I thought
I
it was
thought this
cute.
came from the house because after this, if you took it off, I was probably just going to take and wear it for a little bit.
No, you're not.
Maybe wear it with a trench coat,
No,
make
you're
that
not.
work.
I know. I know you like. We have really great fashions.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I know you like to shop in the thrift stores, and I love that because that jacket that you gave me, and that was a Mac Studio. Mac Studio was. I like those outfits. That's nice.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of the jacket, when you get back home, are you gonna ever wear it? Where you gonna
Yes.
wear it at? Are you gonna?
Yes. I already have it planned in my head. My black jeans, a black top, and I'll have the red and black jacket on,
Oh,
and probably some black flat shoes.
I can see you
Because it's
wearing
going
that
to
at
be hot
church.
in I'm not hot, but it's going to be cool in a little while.
I can see you wearing that at church. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna lie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I always do that whenever I see um, a piece or outfit. I imagine what I can put it together with,
Hmm.
you know, and what I can wear it with. And I can wear that with more than one thing. Like I said, I can wear it with the black pants and a black top to church. Yeah.
Next question. Do you make these little bracelet
Yes,
things
I do. I
yourself?
made this. It was three of them. The other one just popped on me the other night, but it
Oh,
was one long round piece that I bought in TJ Maxx, and then I just took it apart. I took all the beads off, and then I restranded it, and I made three of them. I used to do a lot of jewelry, Mason, and from time to time I'll make pieces for other people. But with my carpal tunnel, it it hurts my fingers trying to straighten, take to do the beads, because it took me a long time. And usually something like this would probably only take about 30 minutes.
yeah. For a child, it only takes like 2 minutes.
Exactly. But it took Nana a little longer because of, with my fingers and the carpal tunnel, I have to stop and take breaks,
Yes,
and then
that
I'll
makes
go back
sense.
to it. But yeah, that's something I do. Now I just make stuff for me to wear.
My next question, fourth question is what's your address gonna be?
I wouldn't put it out here because then other people want to see it, and I have all of these people. I don't know where these men be coming from on Instagram and Facebook wanting to be friends, but I'm not putting my address out there. No, thank you.
No,
But I'll
no,
let
no.
y'all know. But I don't know what it is right now, honestly. I don't.
If you if you if you do stay alive in the future, and if you ever like see me out there doing big things for my life, how are you gonna feel? Like,
I would really feel awesome.
would you cry until there's a flood?
Yes. When I was watching the Olympics, the 2024 Olympics recently, and when Noah Lyles won and his mom was in the audience, she didn't watch him when he first would take off, but then she would watch him when he would start running. And when he won, I started crying like that was my child, because it's just such a beautiful thing to see young black men, young black women doing great things. We're not all seen going to jail in handcuffs or robbing stores or doing, stupid things. It's wonderful. So when I would see you, if I see Nakia, Xavier, any of you guys, when y'all are doing, I always pray and ask God to whatever you do, that you be successful. Whatever y'all do, that you would be successful in doing it. That is always my prayer, always. And I see God moving in you guys' lives. I see it. I see it.
My other question is, what month were you born in?
I'm an Aquarian, same as your dad. A few days before your dad. My birthday is the 27th of January. Um, Auntie Gaba and Auntie Rita are twins. They were on the 16th of January. So we were all January babies.
January.
I kind of sort of hate it because it's cold. I can never really plan anything for my birthday because it's snowing. The weather is all I can never remember a birthday, Mason, that we had good weather. Every single one of my and I'm 70, and every single one of my birthdays that I can remember, the weather was always bad.
Yeah, so that is something I can picture as well, because right now it is raining outside right now.
Well, we're in the middle
True.
of the summer, August. This is when they have a lot of storms and hurricanes and tornadoes. So this is that season for those kind of things. So you're going to have that. People complain, but it's the season. We're complaining now because it's raining and it's storms. In a few months, people are going to be complaining because it's snowing.
True.
You're damned if you do, if you're damned if you don't.
It is quite true.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any questions you'd like to ask me?
I would like to know, excuse me, sweetie. What is it that you would like to do with your future? What do you see yourself doing in the future? Because you have so much talent.
What do I want to do with my future?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe start living it.
No, but what do you want to do? You want to be in acting? Do you want to dance? Do you want to sing?
Maybe
You are really great in acting.
Maybe I could do both.
Yes.
In movies, I could
you
sing,
can. Because remember I told you about Wayne Brady. Wayne Brady does it all. He acts, he sings, he dances, he tells jokes. You tell jokes.
And I dance.
You dance, you sing.
And I
so
act.
You can do it all. And when I saw you have I guess they would call it the persona, charisma, or the right attitude for Broadway. When I heard you in that, and people around us were saying the same thing, that you were really great because you present yourself on stage you have that voice that projects. You project yourself, so I can easily see you, and like I always tell you, Mason. You and your mom and I were saying today that God is putting people in your path, and you don't know who is going to meet you one of these days and say, "Hey, I got a part. I want to put this kid in. We're looking for a kid. We just want to put you in this part," and that part can turn around and be
my life.
Your life. I can't remember what actor it was, and he was saying that one day he's like, delivering groceries or food and stuff, and then the next thing he's on Broadway. So your life, God can change things for you in a minute when you do people right and have a good heart. Love him, put him
So I
first.
could be on Broadway, and then what I might not know is that when I'm done with the musical, somebody could overhear me and say that they're looking for someone to be in their movie, and they would love to
Exactly.
have me in it.
Exactly.
And then, well, movies.
Mm-hmm.
Tours and stuff,
But
fans.
now with all of that, remember, you do have to work hard. It does not come easy. You have to work hard at it. You have to do it. Those Olympians say they train every single day, 6 to 8 hours a day. So you can't, it's not like you're just going to wake up and tomorrow you're on Broadway singing. You know what I'm saying? D'Angelo didn't just wake up and now he's D'Angelo with how many albums, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You have to work at everything. And being a young black man coming up in the society and the environment that we're in now, Mason, you have to work even harder. Because it feels like, for me, like I say, at 70, I feel like they're trying to take us backwards, you know, taking a lot of the rights and things away from people. So the one thing, and that's another thing, I want you to always vote. When you get older, always vote, not just for the president. Wherever you live at, you got to vote for your mayor, your congressman, your sheriff, your judge. All those people are important. So always, you know, make sure you do those things. But I think you're going to go really far. I really see you going far.
And guess what?
You need
Just
to clean
like
up your
Arnold
room. You know, to learn to clean your
Schwarzenegger,
room.
yes.
Huh?
And did you know Arnold Schwarzenegger? He did work very hard, and I think I heard that he became president.
Who?
Arnold Schwarzenegger. He became
Arnold
president.
Schwarzenegger's not a president.
He's not. He was president once.
No,
and then he
no.
stopped.
I think he may have run for
governor.
president.
He was governor.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He was governor.
Yeah. But he was. I think he would have been close to it, but then he kind of stops. Yeah.
Yeah. Those jobs are hard. They're very hard jobs. You know, people think, even being the president, they think that it's easy. He's not doing anything. Well, he still got to answer to somebody else. And until those people sign off on their paper, that dude can't do anything. You know, and that's what always annoyed me with people when they were talking about when Obama and even with Biden being in, that he wasn't doing. Well, he can only do what they allow him to do.
Yes. If I, you know what I would do if I was president?
What?
I'm gonna make
You would make a good president.
Yes, I would. I'd make a few laws. First law: racism is legal. Yes. Sexism.
Legal.
Illegal.
Oh, illegal.
Sexism is illegal. Colorism is illegal. All the bad things that are happening in the world, like wars and stuff, illegal. Yes, can't do that no more.
Those things, Mason, are in the Bible. We've always had wars. There's always been racism. And I don't think any of those things are ever going to go away. They may change and get, because at one time I thought we were getting a little bit better, but I don't know, it seemed like we're slipping back. Racism is never going to go away. Wars are never going to go away, because people are constantly fighting over a piece of land that nobody's really going to own, because when they die, the land is still going to be there. Even if their children inherited the land, when they die, ain't nobody going to get it. It's still going to be there. The land, and this is what I don't get about some of the things that's going on. Why people we can go to a concert, we can go to a sports event, and everybody can get along. But people cannot get along in everyday life just living next door to each other as neighbors. But go to a concert with Taylor Swift, any of them. Go to sports events with the Chiefs, the Steelers, the Giants. Everybody getting along, smiling.
But as soon as they leave to go back to the real world, it ain't the same.
Everybody got to fight. And it's very sad. Because when we leave here, nobody's going to take not one thing with you. When you die, that's it. You gone. You take nothing. Nada.
Well, I could take money. I could take my will.
You can't take anything. You're going to be dead. You're not going to know about anything. It's just, we came here as dust and we're going to leave as dust. It's in the Bible. It's in the Word. But people don't understand that. But for you and for young people, you guys have a lot to look forward to. Um, I love the school that your mom and dad have you in now because you're doing really great things. Like I said, I can see you going really far. Um, just always remember to keep the good heart that you have, and always to be kind to people because things have a way of coming back around. You can do mean things to people, and it's gonna come back on you. So always remember to be kind and love people. That's the one thing God always, in the Word, it always tell us to do is to love one another.
Sure.
And I love you more than you'll ever know.
And I love you more than you. It was nice interviewing you today.
Thank you,
Nanna.
darling.
And next
this has been
time,
great.
Yes, it has been really good. It was nice seeing you.
Oh Lord, y'all, he loves to kiss and hug and rub on his
Yes,
Nanna.
it's
I'm
true.
soft, I know, right?
I know she was so like so squishy.
Look, there you go.
Well, my name's Mason Whitney, and as always, it's Mocktails with Mason. And next time we'll be back. It can either be bad or good, but at the end of the day, I hope you love it, and I know I'll love it too. Next time, I think we'll be interviewing my mom or my dad, but I'll tell you one thing, we'll have a heck of a time, and everybody will, including you and me. Well, it's been nice seeing you, and I hope you have a good day and a wonderful life. Bye.
Bye.